All right, folks, in this video, we're going to talk about setting up a basic calculator in Python. But first, we're going to talk about doing calculations in Python. So let's find your way to CodeHS Sandbox or the programming environment of your choice. And if you're in CodeHS Sandbox, follow along with me. Go ahead and type in your last name, and we'll just call it Basic Calculator. And click on Create Program. No Python turtle for this one. Goodbye, little turtle. We'll just choose Python 3 and click Create Program. So erase any code that appears. We're going to use this as an introduction to Python calculation and eventually build into a program that asks you for two numbers and then gives you the option to add, subtract, multiply, or divide. Let's get started. So first off, just understanding that we can type something in like this: answer equals 5 plus 5, and then type in print answer and run it, and it'll show you, well, your answer, right? Super exciting. You are not, however, limited to having to go in and type in the numbers in the code itself, because, friends, we can use variables and give the user the option to name their own numbers. So let's do that. We'll be talking about string variables a little bit, using someone's name, integer variables or an int, and also a float variable. So here we go once again. So I like to ask for people's name. You know that. So let's start off with a name equals input. What's your name? Because it's friendly. And then we're going to ask for a number. So x equals int input, enter your first number. Just like that, right? And then we'll say y equals int input, enter your second number. Now we're working with int, which means that it is looking for an integer. So we start off saying int and then a parentheses and then the word input, which lets Python know it's going to be waiting for some input from the user, and then another parentheses, and then put in quotes, whatever string you'd like to offer up, and wrap it up with double parentheses at the end. And if we run it, we wait for a second for it to create a server. What's your name? Enter your first number 3, enter your second number 2. Well, and that's our whole program right there. Not terribly exciting, right? But now, think back to how we started this when we typed in answer equaled 5 plus 5. Now we can say answer equals x plus y, and then print answer. Once again with the name. Oh, look at that. And we have our math has been completed, right? Not a bad deal. Let's make it look a little nicer and more personal. So I'm going to jump back into line 6. Use the code that we have in existence, but I'm going to type in name plus and then a quote, and then just say the answer is. Now you'll notice I'm not going to put a plus sign here after that second quote. I'm going to put in a comma. That's because the variable answer is an integer. If we put in a plus, we will get an error message, and I will treat you to that error message in just a second, but so far, let's test it the way we've got it. I'll run it again. My name is Rod. My first number is 2. My second number is 3. Look at that. Rod, the answer is 5. Let's correct my capitalization there. Now, just for fun, if we had accidentally put a plus between the quote and our integer variable, we'll get an error message. Oh, geez, look at this. Type error can only concatenate string, not int, to string, which means it's trying to say, hey, I can't use the plus in the same sentence for an int where a string was also used. But fear not, friends, remember, just put in a little comma there, and we'll run it again. All is well. There we go. The answer is 5. Life is good. Okay, so we have that much going on. But what if we took this a step further and we gave people choice, right? Do they want to add, subtract, multiply, or divide? And so that is what we are going to do next. So I'd like to delete lines 5 and 6, just like that. And we are going to make this a little different. So let's first type in a print command using their name once again in a quote, and we will show them what they have entered here, right? So your first number is X. Now check it out. This is landing in the middle of a sentence or string. So I'm putting commas on either side of it, like so. And second number is, and this is at the end of our sentence. So I'll put it in just like that. Okay. Once again, we run it. First number, second number. And look at that. Rod, your, whoops. First number is 2 and your second number is 3. So it's nice because it's telling them, here are your numbers, right? Nice to show that output. And I'll put a little space in there. Okay, so I told you we are going to give them some choice to make this run like a calculator. So we'll ask, what would you like to do? That's just a plain old print statement again, no input, right? Now we'll get to some input. So I'm going to say choice equals input, press 1 to add, 2 to subtract, 3 to multiply, and 4 to divide, right? And so it's now going to ask the person, hey, what would you like to do? 1, 2, 3, or 4. Now, yeah, we could have them type in what they want to do, type the word add, subtract, multiply, or divide. But this makes our programming a little easier. It also reduces the issues around misspelling or strange capitalization. You know what I'm saying? So now check it out. We will say if choice equals 1. Yeah. Little colon at the end there. Now you'll notice I made this equaling a string. So I put it in quotes because this is not an integer that we're asking for. This could be press A, B, C, or D. Doesn't matter. So remember, it's not looking for an integer. This is just a character that is entered. So if choice equals 1, then we're going to say answer equals, we're using a single equals to assign a value, x plus y. And then we'll do a little print statement here, and we'll say the sum of x plus y. Notice how I've sandwiched our variables x and y between commas is, I'll make this look a little nice here with a colon and a space. Now, one more comma because answer is also an integer, right? Answer equals x plus y. It's automatically an integer. Let's run this, see how we do. What's my name? My name is Ron. First number, second number. I would like to add, because that's the only thing we've set up so far, the sum of 2 plus 3 is 5. How about that? Okay. Now, if we want to subtract, we're going to say elif choice equals 2. Answer equals x minus y. And then I'm going to do a little copy pasting here so you don't have to watch me type as much. I'm going to steal line 12, make sure it's indented, and I'm going to say the difference between x and y is answer. Okay, let's test it out. Name is Rod, first number, second number. What would I like to do? Well, let's subtract because we just put that in, right? The difference between 2 and 3 is -1. That is awesome. Okay. One more thing I want to show you, and then actually it's 2 more things, and then we'll talk about what you get to do to finish up. So let's run this again, and I'm going to generate an error. So be strong. Okay, my first number is 2.4. Look at this. X equals int input, invalid literal for int with base 10 2.4. What the heck does that mean? Here's what it means, friends. We entered a decimal number. An integer is a whole number. Oh, great. So we broke it. But we're programmers. We broke it, we can fix it. Instead of saying int, I'm going to introduce to you a new kind of variable for numbers. I'm going to replace the word int with float. Float allows us to enter a whole number or a decimal number. Let's do it again. You know where we are right now. Name 2.4, 3.7. What do I want to do? I want to add the sum of 2.4 plus 3.7 is 6.1. So now your calculator will accept whole numbers like 1, 3, 6, 12, but also decimal numbers like 2.4, 3.6, 12.9. Think of it, my friends. Okay, so we've got a working calculator for addition and subtraction. What I would like you to do is to finish this up so that it will multiply and divide as well. Now, a little hint: to multiply, use the star. also known as the asterisk, between your variables. So answer equals x times y. To divide, we use the slash. Stare at that, friends. Now, you're going to finish by setting up some more elif statements that give us the choice of multiplication or division. And then to conclude your basic calculator, you will add in an else statement, which catches anything other than pressing 1, 2, 3, or 4 as your choices. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial as much as I enjoyed making it. Good luck with your Python programming, and have a great day.